This was a live performance from the other day. Nod-Krai main theme with Aurora, who I also did not know. So I'm really curious to hear this. We're gonna break it down, listen to it, stop start as we go. So that's Latin. So something really interesting about Aurora singing that I've literally never heard. This is my first time getting an experience with this. There's a delicacy in her singing. It's very breathy, very raspy. It has a I wouldn't say Celtic vibe, but it certainly has a very angelic, floaty. It's definitely grounded in some sort of culture. What I find really interesting about it is that it almost has a childlike essence to it, and then also doubling down with this harp here is a really beautiful touch because, again, it connects us to the semblance of innocence and of there's a fairy quality in it. There's very, very, very like I don't know. There's almost spiritual, especially with the Latin tapped in. It feels like a prayer. It feels like a solemn feeling. There's a real, just a real gentility in it that is quite beautiful. Ooh. There's a super subtle harmony that's happening in there that's absolutely beautiful. This is definitely giving Celtic, Scottish, Welsh. I don't know. There's obviously mythological. It's interesting. It reminds me a little bit of Rusalka, just a tiny bit. Rusalka, which is the Little Mermaid. It's a Dvorak opera. There's a bit of like I am the moon, or I am the, like, there's a real fantastical mythological, it's very, very rich in its qualities. There's some really nice doubling there with that particular instrument. And then the flute comes in, it has this real layer of lightness as well, which I think is really, really, beautiful. Wow. Huge fan of your commentary, maybe not some of your music tastes. What does that mean? Such an odd thing to say. What does that mean, Brick? What does that mean? What's really interesting there is that we have the really sharp, enunciated, sort of white voice, white singing, very Slavic sound quality of the chorus. I also found it interesting that when they were talking about basically their homeland being wiped out, you have this, where is their homeland? What is their homeland? There's this real heft in the lower male voices, and then the upper sopranos, I think, with that sort of outcried, when I say white singing, white voice, it's very not a lot of soft palate raise as far as I understand. It's a bit pointed, a bit nasal, a bit pressed. And that sound is usually very, very in line with the idea of screaming or like a beautiful shouting. It's a real declamation. And what I find interesting is that being that it's juxtaposed with the beautiful string melody that's playing in the orchestra section, that is almost like the gods answering the calls of their people. If the people are shouting out, God, do you hear me? Do you hear me? Whatever. The strings then are the answer to that, which I find really interesting. Key change, of course. I also feel it's very Celtic in its nature. I mean, I think the quality of it is Celtic. I also think that that choir is so incredible, and then there's a little bit of doubling in the sound as well. So again, there's this we are strong, we are capable, we are mighty, we can stand against this adversity, we can stand against this feeling of stress, we can overcome this challenge, we can survive, we can rebuild. There's a lot of that female choir, that sound is very poised, and there's a lot of energy within that rhythm. It's very, it could be also a Nordic sound, perhaps. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. I have an egg. The upper flute going up in the upper register. Oh my god, I have goosebumps. Oh shit. Oh my god, I still have full body goosebumps. Oh, no, more. No, why would you stop? No. Oh my god, I love that back half. I love hearing the power in Aurora's voice as she digs deep into that middle register. You really feel like this is, I wasn't looking, she was entrancing to look. I literally have full body goosebumps there. It's really nice to revisit Genshin's music. I really like this particular style of Genshin music. This feels really good. This feels like a return to something that I like a lot. It's not to say I didn't enjoy the Notlum pieces I listened to. I did, but they felt a little, I don't know, shallow to me when I listened to them. Like, they were good, but they weren't. I didn't feel like they were seismic or that they like moved me to like a deeper feeling of emotion and thought. I want to go back really quickly because that part where she comes in, she's speaking, so she's Sprechstimming, where she's speaking. Right here. I love, so there you get the real emphasis shift, and that's a real nice beat change, because the first half of this is kind of flowy, you know, the moon and the stars and the twinkling of the lights, and then as you progress, boom, body, bobby da da be body da da ba ba da ba ba body. That's where we really kick in with the energy. Let me read what the lyrics are. Yeah, so she, why do you mourn? She, I think, qui lacrima, you know, why are you crying? I think this is also, this is a deity speaking to her denizens. Maybe it's the archon of, I don't know, whatever. Like, there's something about this energy, and based on the clips that I've seen of Nod-Krai, like, there is this, this real, like, the gods and the people kind of are all together in this thing. It's addictive. Hold on. Here come the trumpets, we press in. Wow, yeah, that's goosebumps again. Yeah. One more verse would have been just perfect. Oh my gosh. One more verse of that sort of cutaway. That's also really cool because we cut away. So we have this big orchestral build up to that. And then the cutaway, when we go to just the vocals, that is delightful. It's such an emotional gut punch too, because when you strip away, you have 2 minutes now of just intense orchestral playing. You strip away the orchestra and you're just left with the vocals. That is such a hit in your face. You know, it's such a passionate thing. I would have liked one more loop of that, because the little part where she's just kind of free floating, not improvising, because she's not improvising, but like when she goes up to the upper register, it's just like it's just so lovely. And then it's just. See, right, big trumpets, everything. Yeah. A really nice ending, though, and Aurora, wow, I'm going to go listen to her stuff, because that is obscene. I don't know, is there more? Oh, there is! This is the battle theme. This is the photon of fluctuation. This is Celtic. Oh, this is that, This guy, there was a YouTube video where he talked about the process of playing here. Or he's on Billy Billy? I don't know. Nice heavy boom, heavy hits there. Boom, 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 boom. Wow. Bagpipes. Oh yeah. Oh, this. Oh yeah. it's Irish. Scottish. Excuse me. Yeah, the upper. Ooh. Okay. Very possint. Ooh. That's got some nice body to it. I don't think I've ever heard the bagpipes in a like. Yeah. There's the danger in that sound. Oh yeah, honestly, that might be one of my favorite Genshin pieces I've ever heard in terms of like battle themes, not counting boss themes. Like that's a great boss theme. Recency bias and upon first listen, but like listen to how cool this section is where there's doubling there. And sorry to all the Scottish people that I said that the bagpipes were Irish. Please mea culpa, mea maxima culpa. Right here, this is actually amazing with the doubling here. So the horns have a counter melody. It's all kind of merging together right here. Oh, that's so good. A little bit of that's really. It's this type of singing and this particular movement is very it's a release. There are many kinds of singing that exist, and this kind is really, I think, appealing to a broad audience because it's visceral. It's a full-bodied sort of scream release extension. It comes out. It's very outward. And I love that about it because again, it's more primal screaming. It's not like fully. I mean, yes, it's covered. It's raised soft palate, all that typical stuff. But it's not like that doesn't work here because it's too precious. We really need that sort of release here. And then what's awesome is that the rhythm in that particular section is doubled in every single instrument. It sounds like, or at least the strings for certain. And we end up getting a triple down emphasis on that power in that, which is awesome right here. Yeah, that's a really nice. It's almost, it's almost like a call and response kind of, because there's like, the back and forth between the vocals and the danger. So it's like the hero versus the adversity, blah 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 blah. That type of stuff. And what I was saying earlier is that the bagpipes are really interesting in this particular recording, because in general the only time I've ever heard bagpipes is as a solo instrument, usually at a funeral or I went to one time I was in Chicago. There's a Scottish themed restaurant, and I went there, and at the hours between of like, I don't know, 5 and question mark, there is a man outside playing the bagpipes. It just cracks me up. So to hear a bagpipe here, I feel a fairly underrepresented instrument when it comes to, like, all these instruments are kind of older, folkier, but to hear bagpipes in this particular instance is quite nice and very charming. Wow, what a theme! What a theme! If this is, I'm excited to listen to more, to be honest. Yeah. I know that I haven't been around talking about Genshin and playing Genshin. I probably won't go back to playing Genshin. I mean, I might. I just don't really have the time to dedicate to it, and I've kind of shifted gears. But that being said, there is still a lot of musical and artistic merit to Genshin Impact that I think is there, and I am really excited for more of this Nod-Krai music. I will always provide what I like, what I don't like, what I think could have been better. These critiques are important, and but overall, like, it's good to have nuance when we listen to music, because it's not good or bad. There's always all the different shades of gray that make music amazing and make our personal tastes and subjective ideas about them great. And I'm really looking forward to hearing more and seeing the beautiful colors of Nod-Krai, because it's been really, really beautiful. And that guy, the one character with the shadowy lamps. Shoot, I might come back just to pull that guy. All right, guys, thank you, and I'll see you later.